This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for October 2025. October looks like old times again, but with a twist. Thought you were done with? Fill in the blank. Don't be so sure. Issues, themes, conditions, and just plain energy are circling back for another round. We're encountering, swimming in, and optimally confronting and dealing with so much from the past, both recent and ancient. Only this time, we're different. And so is the direction of the world. The haven't we been here before vibe comes from one planet and then a second, returning to Pisces to mop up their recent travels through that sign. Saturn, ruler of time, order, constraint, and adulting, toured Pisces from March 2023 to May 2025 and floated back in at the beginning of September. He's joined mid-month by Neptune, ruler of boundlessness, idealism, and escapism, not to mention the waters of Pisces, which ended a 14-year stay in the sign in March. They're stirring up old business, heavy on obligations, authority, limitations, accountability, compassion, or lack of it, confusion, or lies, and boundary blurring. A lot will involve events from mid-March, when a preponderance of planets in Pisces gave way to Saturn's voyage to the end of the sign in May. Whatever's surfacing will cascade into tsunamis of emotion at the end of the month, and will be with us for much longer than October. The paradoxical archetypes of structure and boundlessness will hover at the end of the zodiac for months. Neptune will move no further than the last degree of Pisces and linger there until late January. Just before Halloween, Saturn reaches the degree where he will stay through the rest of the year. Our mission is not to skim the surface, but to go deep. That's an imperative signaled from the outset by Mercury's complicated dance in October's first 7 days. If you thought September was noisy, what follows is, unbelievably, louder. Fairness, justice, litigiousness, and advocacy swell from the messenger's square to Jupiter October 1st. Undercurrents, secrets, and intuition take over October 2nd through 29th, when he travels through Scorpio and makes sonar widely available. What's not said may become more important than what is. Go with your spidey sense in every situation. The skies doubled down on that recommendation by subjecting Mercury to yet another finger of God, a configuration that recurred last month, kicked into action by yet another outer planet square. This configuration plays out on the 6th and 7th and calls for adjustments in thinking and information from old school authority and obligations, Saturn and Pisces, meeting impassioned beliefs, Neptune in Aries, and awakening, shocking, liberating news and use of media, Uranus in Gemini, with action forced by a square to Pluto in Aquarius, and the power games, feral fears, and collective and technological transformation associated with it. The news may be dark and dirty, but the skies are providing the wherewithal to not merely address it, but dive in, and probably without a plan. While the finger is bearing down on Mercury, courage and risk-taking are igniting at the Aries full moon. It's a status report on the self-determination and autonomy that you've developed since March's Aries new moon solar eclipse, which ended a 2-year boot camp of putting yourself first. The atmosphere immediately morphs into taking other people into account. Venus, the social director of the skies, inspires cleanup projects and stalls with drudgery and obligations as she sextiles Jupiter and opposes Saturn October 8th and 11th. Interest in interacting and getting along even surges when she begins a month-long visit to her Libra home October 13th. As she encounters romanticism and blurring the truth from opposing Neptune, all is not bouquets, greeting cards, and lace hearts. Pluto, stationing direct, signals desires and power machinations coming out of hiding. And we're back in a whirlwind of connecting and exchanging info and reeling from plot twists and profound change. Venus completes an air grand trine with Uranus and Pluto October 14th, with the free flow of energy grounded in Neptune in Aries. This is the fourth air grand trine with the cosmic change agents, a configuration that started with our motivations and actions, Mars, in August and carried through communication and our selves, Mercury and the Sun, in September. The lineup is now pulling relationships, agreements, and values into the wild flow of energy and information. The release point remains each person's connection to spirit. You may think, hear, or learn something that changes a relationship forever. In event of overwhelm, trust your innate, instinctive response. So what if you go overboard? Good luck resisting that urge with the Sun squaring Jupiter October 17th. Rebalance October 19th when the Sun's inconjunct to Saturn pushes for taking other people into account. Again? Yep. Conversations cut to the chase at the Mercury-Mars conjunction October 20th. If you want to have a hard talk or flush out a truth, this is the day for it. The week's experiences, all the air grand trines actually, dump into the Libra new moon October 21st. Set new intentions for how your dealings are going to proceed. Your starting point remains yourself. The Sun is the focus of yet another finger of God, or Yod, from Uranus and Neptune as Neptune slips back to the last degree of Pisces. The Yod straddles the Sun's move from Libra, can't we get along, to Scorpio, I can see for miles and miles. And once again involves the kickoff of an outer planet square, again from Pluto in Aquarius, playing out from October 22nd to 24th. With less than a week left in the month, the action shows no sign of slowing down and slides us into wildly emotional territory. It's said that the veil is thin this time of year, and we may all encounter proof of that. Mercury forms a grand water trine with Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune on the 24th and 25th, linking intuition and secrets and telepathy into escalating issues involving family, nurturing, elders, authority, sacrifice, and forgiveness. If you'd like to talk to someone on the other side, that may happen easily or without your asking. The intense emotionality morphs into laser-focused action when Mars enters into a grand water trine with Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune on the 28th. Take care, neither of these trines has a grounding cord. It will be easy to fall into an undertow or a whirlpool or get sucked into a loop of suspicion and recrimination and pity and excess. In other words, beware monsters on the prowl. The intensity breaks before Halloween. Our minds fly off as Mercury enters Sagittarius October 29th and opens us to guidance and change via an opposition to Uranus and a sextile to Pluto. Approach life as an adventure. Let your mind explore new horizons. And leave room for others to have their own perspectives. I'm Kathy Beal, a professional astrologer with more than 35 years' experience. Visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, to listen to my weekly forecasts, join my mailing list, and book a session with me. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Beal, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host conversation on Facebook, on the page Empowerment Unlimited, and in the group the Astro Insight Lounge. I post on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads at K.A. Beal, and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel.